leave.
The system of payment, the wage rate is not the best for us. So working the whole day and then they will pay you something little. It's very bad.
Also coming up, court orders Attorney General to amend 2 charges in former NAFCO CEO trial. Still ahead in this bulletin.
Let me say that we've received the suspension letter. We are about convening a consensus executive meeting to deliberate on the way forward.
NDC executives in the Owutu-Senya East constituency to meet over suspension of chairman, and later, Sabon Zongo residents call for increased police patrols after 2 suspected killings.
Security there, okay, say anytime patrols, anytime. Was a harness situation about, but I say anytime.
Stay with us. We have the details of these stories and more coming up in the next half hour.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Great for you could join us this afternoon. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. The Finance Minister, Dr. Samuel Attah-Mensah, is expected to present the 2026 mid-year budget review to Parliament today. The review is expected to provide an update on the implementation of the 2026 budget and outline proposed fiscal policy adjustments. Meanwhile, some Ghanaians are calling on the government to introduce measures to improve living conditions and ease the cost of living.
The system of payment, the wage rate is not the best for us. So working the whole day and then they will pay you something little. It's very bad. Someone is in the office, just signing a signature. He or she is taking a whole lot of money. And then the citizens will be on the street hustling. You see, the real soldiers are on the street. They are the people selling in traffic. Give them the real job, they will do it for you, they will deliver.
All that we are expecting is that, in fact, things are better than as it was before. So we are expecting this budget to improve more than what we experienced last year and 2024. So the government and the finance minister shall put should put their house in order to make everything, easy for Ghanaians so that we can all, move forward as a nation.
You see the railway, that's why I want them to fix the railway. From Accra all the way to Santana. But after Santana, it doesn't go again. That's what I want them to fix. They've taken all the roads, the metals from it. So I want them to fix all the way to Tesano. But I live around Tesano, just here. But then I see people hustling for transport and all. So that's what disturbs me most.
Those were some Ghanaians sharing their expectations ahead of today's budget reading. Let's still stay on that matter. And an advisor to the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. John Kwache, is urging government to increase spending on roads and other infrastructure. He called for improved domestic revenue mobilization to create more fiscal space for development projects, arguing that sustained investment in infrastructure is critical to strengthening the economy. Speaking to Citi News, Dr. Kwache said, while fiscal discipline remains important, government must also boost capital expenditure to support economic growth.
If you look at the performance of the budget so far, revenue has fallen short of the target by about 5%. But if you look at the expenditure side, expenditure has even been compressed more, 20%, I think, below the budget. Well, this is, I think, a strategy by government, to build reserves for future payment of future, obligations, debt obligations, and so. But going forward, I expect that government will do more to mobilize, increase its revenue, and then also maybe step up the expenditure, especially capital expenditure, because there's a need to support the real sector of the economy. We see that infrastructure deficit is very high. We see the roads, we see the sanitation and all that. So my expectation is that as they increase revenue, they will also increase investment, infrastructure, to help the real economy.
You had Dr. John Kwache, and he is an advisor to the governor of the Bank of Ghana. Let's cross over to Parliament, where the Finance Minister, Dr. Samuel Attah-Mensah, is scheduled to arrive later this afternoon to have some discussions with our correspondent over there, Nik Amarteifio. Hello to you, Nik. Hello, Nik, can you hear me?
Hello, Ajubi.
What is the atmosphere in Parliament this afternoon?
Well, so sitting is expected to begin at 12 noon today. However, we are yet to see members of Parliament come in their numbers to the chamber for business to start. So as it stands now, we do not have many of the MPs yet in. However, we expect that the bell will be rung and then these MPs would come in their numbers for business to start for today. Knowing very well that today is the day for the presentation of the mid-year budget review for the year 2026, where we expect that the Finance Minister, Dr. Samuel Attah-Mensah, would avail himself before the House in line with the Constitution to provide an update on the implementation of the 2026 budget. So today, that is what is expected to happen once the House begins sitting. Ahead of that, we've had some members of Parliament sharing varied expectations. Key amongst these expectations is that they want the Finance Minister to provide justification for Ghana's drop in international reserves by $1.2 billion. They believe that if the government has indeed halted what it refers to as the intermediation of forex in the Ghanaian economy, then where from this drop in international reserves? So that is something they are expecting key responses on from the Finance Minister, Dr. Samuel Attah-Mensah, and also the government's much touted 24-hour economy program. Members of Parliament, particularly from the minority side, say that they are not seeing any tangible work being done with regard to the implementation of this policy, which they say that the government has misled Ghanaians on. They say, again, that the promise by the NDC government was to ensure that there is one job, three shift, where you have majority of Ghanaians being, particularly the youth, being employed in that regard in order to deal with the issue of unemployment, youth unemployment. But they are not seeing anything of that sort. They believe that the government's decision to rather resort to the 24-hour economy market is a deviation, total deviation from what Ghanaians were promised by the NDC government. So that is also something that they want the Finance Minister to provide tangible measures on how the government intends to roll out that particular policy. Also, they also raised issue about the Nkoko Nkete project. You know that households were provided with some beds to enable them to, get into the poultry business to be able to boost the local poultry industry. However, just recently, there were videos on social media platforms that some of these households have begun consuming the beds, and they believe that it is not meant to be consumed. There is the need for them to make it profitable so that at least they will be able to reimburse government in that regard. So they want proper measures being laid out by the government in the 2026 mid-year budget review to ensure that some of these policies yield their intended results, which is to create jobs and then also enhance Ghana's economy. So these are some of the key things that lawmakers from the minority side in particular are expecting. But for the majority, they believe that the government is also on course in achieving its key macroeconomic targets. They also say that some of the key loans that were, secured by the NPP government, that is what the government has been focused on, addressing, paying Ghana's debt and then also dealing with the energy sector debts and all that. So they believe that these are some of the key things that have also dealt a bit of a blow to Ghana's economy, for which reason we're seeing, but they say that there is some stability. So with the Finance Minister coming to the House, they believe it will provide more updates on measures being rolled out to boost or enhance on the stability that has been achieved, Ajubi.
Thank you so much for those updates. You had our parliamentary correspondent Nik Amarteifio speaking to us on the expectations from the minority and also some assurances being given by the majority ahead of the finance minister's reading of the 2026 midyear budget review in Parliament. Let's just stay on this matter because the Bank of Ghana has dismissed concerns over the recent decline in the country's foreign exchange reserves. This follows concerns raised by the opposition New Patriotic Party's Economic Committee about the country's reserve position and the Bank of Ghana's finances. Now, speaking on the City Breakfast Show today, advisor to the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. John Kwache, described the decline as temporary, attributing it to higher energy import costs and debt-related payments.
You realize that, over the past a year or so, the Bank of Ghana has built up its reserves, to very high levels. In fact, if you go back to February 2025, in fact, the reserves increased to about 14.5 billion, which was 5.8 months of import cover. That is unprecedented in our history. And it's partly due to the goal for reserves, policy. And then also, we benefited from external inflows, high external inflows from gold, cocoa, remittances, and so on. Now, the recent decline in the reserves from 5.7 months of import cover to 5, it's due to the high payments, energy-related, payments, because oil prices went up, and therefore we have to sell more foreign exchange to the oil companies, to buy the oil. So it is just it's a temporary, dip, and the government also had to make some payments, Eurobond payments, and so on. It's a temporary dip.
You heard the advisor to the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. John Kwache. Let's do some legal matters as the High Court has ordered the Attorney General to amend 2 charges in the criminal case against former National Food Buffer Stock CEO Hanan Abdul-Wahab and his co-accused Faiza Seidu-Wuni. The court ruled that the 2 counts of defrauding by false pretenses lacked enough details about the alleged false representations and must be amended. However, it dismissed the defense application to strike out the entire charge sheet, saying the remaining charges clearly informed the accused persons of the allegations against them. Meanwhile, lead counsel for Hanan Abdul-Wahab, Godfrey Adame, has served notice of appealing the ruling.
I think that first and foremost it demonstrates the defect that the charge sheet was plagued with. But I think that the judge should have gone further because all the charges in my view are defective. The first point that he made, that yes, recognizes, the judge himself recognized that the offense of stealing is actually one arising out of various payments, different payments and all that. That should necessarily also have warranted an order for the prosecution to go and amend. Because we cannot have various payments, the number of which we do not know, when each of them occurred, we do not know, where they occurred, we do not know, they are not disclosed on the charge sheet, and then you say that, well, you're not going to order them to amend, and that charge is proper. That charge cannot be proper. So even though they've been ordered to amend some of the charges, we'll still file an appeal. We'll file an appeal against it. But I think the decision was not so sound, with the greatest respect to the judge.
Godfrey Adame is lawyer for former National Food Buffer Stock CEO Hanan Abdul-Wahab. Now, private legal practitioner Justice Abdullahi says Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia called for the prosecution of an NDC organizer to be discontinued does not, on its own, determine whether the criminal case proceeds. Dr. Bawumia, in a statement issued yesterday, said he neither lodged a complaint nor authorized the arrest or prosecution of the NDC organizer. Speaking to City News, Justice Abdullahi said the case is ultimately a matter for the state once investigators have sufficient evidence.
But Dr. Bawumia doesn't, need to say that. His statement is positive. It is very good. There's absolutely nothing wrong with issuing such statements. However, the law does not require a complainant necessarily when a crime is committed to pursue such an action. If there is a complainant, he's only a witness and assist the police in the prosecution. But where the police have all their evidence, they do not need a complainant. So Dr. Bawumia per se does not have control over the case to determine whether the case proceeds or not.
That was private legal practitioner Justice Abdullah. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News. Still ahead, Zabun Zongo residents call for increased police patrols after 2 suspected killings. Stay with us. We have the details of this story and more coming up shortly.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers. Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. Citi News on 97.3 FM.
HR is evolving. Are you ready? Join industry leaders, HR professionals, and business executives at HR Connect Conference 2026 for powerful conversations on transforming HR into a true driver of business growth and competitive advantage in Africa. The theme: from certification to competence, why elevating HR is critical for business growth and competitive advantage in Africa. The date, 30th and 31st of July 2026 at the Labadi Beach Hotel at 9 a.m. daily. Tickets are going for 2,000 Ghana cedis only. HR Connect Conference 2026. Connect, learn, lead, and transform.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back to the bulletin. Thank you so much for staying with us on Citi 97.3 FM. The Citi Prime News is live across the globe on citinewsroom.com and around the country. We're live on a number of affiliate stations. In the Western region, we're live on Premier 100.5 FM, Sky Power 93.5 FM, and Beach 105.5 FM on Takrade. In the Bono region, you can tune in to J Live 95.5 FM in Sunyane. In the Ashanti region, we're live on Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, tune in to Akbini Radio 96.7 FM in Kwando and Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohoi. In the Northern region, we're live on Dasima 99.1 FM in Yendi. In the Upper East, you can tune in to Word 88.3 FM in Zwarungu and Bolga 102.7 FM in Bolkatanga. In the Upper West region, we're live on Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura and Pupeli 92.7 FM in Wa. In the Northeast region, you can also tune in to Eagle 94.1 FM in Waliwali. To some more story, the Commission of Human Rights and Administrative Justice has dismissed as false social media claims that its Deputy Commissioner Mercy Labi presided over court proceedings that sentenced Chairman Muntumi to 20 years in prison. The claims followed a post by Facebook user Frank Mandela Baumia and a TikTok account Black360 falsely identifying Mrs. Labi as the High Court judge who handed down the sentence. Sraj has since issued a disclaimer debunking the publication. Here are excerpts of the statement.
The Commission states unequivocally that this Deputy Commissioner did not preside over the proceedings in question and is not the judge responsible for the sentence being attributed to her. The publication and circulations of her photograph in connection with the sentence are false, misleading, and without factual basis. Such misinformation has the tendency to mislead the public, undermine confidence in the administration of justice, and unjustly expose our Deputy Commissioner to unwarranted public criticism and reputational harm. The public is accordingly advised to disregard these publications and to refrain from sharing or reproducing them.
You had excerpts of a release by the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice and read by my colleague Melody Fafa Botufe. Now, a former Lands and Natural Resources Minister, John Peter Amewu, has described the 20-year prison sentence handed to NPP Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Nkibosiako as a matter of grave and national concern. In a statement, Mr. Amewu said while he respects the independence of the judiciary and the rule of law, the sentence raises legitimate questions about fairness. He said illegal mining must be tackled firmly, but insisted the fight should uphold the due process and justice. Mr. Amewu also expressed solidarity with Chairman Muntumi and his family and urged NPP supporters to remain calm and allow the appellate process to take its course. Now, President John Dramani Mahama has disclosed that South African President Cyril Ramaphosa recently dispatched a delegation to Ghana to discuss the recurring xenophobic attacks on foreign nationals in South Africa. He announced this during a meeting with Chairperson of the African Union, His Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, at the Jubilee House. President Mahama said Ghana's decision to raise concerns about the attacks was not aimed at undermining relations with South Africa, but at promoting transparency and accountability.
To wreck everything that we have worked for, African solidarity, African integration, and all that. And so we sent a notice that we wanted to put it on the agenda for the AU meeting that was supposed to take place in Egypt. Unfortunately, that meeting was postponed. Yeah, but we're hoping that at the next opportunity, we will be able to put it on the agenda. President Ramaphosa sent a delegation to me yesterday. We met with them. And I explained the reason why it was important for us to discuss it. I mean, sometimes these things happen. We want to sweep them under the carpet. But when we do that, we rather do not cure what the problem is, you know. And so I told them, I said, Ghana, we don't harbor any malice against South Africa. But we're raising it as an issue for discussion to even give South Africa the opportunity to take that platform of the continental body and explain what they're doing to the world.
You heard President John Dramani Mahama. Meanwhile, international relations expert Dr. Nana Yao has commended the South African government for taking the initiative to engage Ghanaian authorities on the matter.
What it means to me is that it's just to find some common grounds, you know, to try to calm situations down, to talk matters. And then from there, when there have been some common understanding, maybe the visit will come later on. But I mean, what came out of that visit is not known to the public, so we don't really know what came out of it. But I think it's a clear indication on the side of the South African government to try to, as it were, to calm matters down and to try to find some common grounds between that country and Ghana before moving forward to any kind of visits or an attempt to resolve what is going on between the two countries now. So I think it's a step in the right direction. I wish that we were privy to what the discussion that went on and the outcome of it to see whether, you know, things have really been resolved. But I think that even in respect to that, President John Mahama made it clear to the African Union officials that were here that they really want the issue to be discussed at African Union level. And I think President Mahama was even questioning them why Ghana hasn't received a response when the issue was brought before the African Union. So what it means is that whatever was discussed between South Africa and Ghana was not, you know, a final resolution, you know, to the issue between Ghana and South Africa, if you ask me.
Dr. Nana Yao is an international relations expert. The assembly member for the Zabun Zongo electoral area in the Asokore-Mampo municipality, Hussein Mohammed, is calling for intensified police patrols following 2 suspected killings in the area within a week. The latest incident involves the alleged killing of Yusuf Zachary at Zabun Zongo on Sunday, July 19. Yusuf Zachary was reportedly beaten to death by unidentified assailants. Speaking to Citi News, Hussein Mohammed urged the Ghana Police Service to increase patrols and strengthen its visibility in the community to deter crime and reassure residents.
Security there, okay, I say, anytime patrols, you know, anytime. Situation about anytime.
There is a need for heightened police presence in this neighborhood because of this worrying trend. Members of the community could also help the police by remaining vigilant and reporting strange behavior, but they are also demotivated by recent happenings.
Neighborhood, you know, now more support to police for night patrols. Okay,
You have the Assembly member for the Zaban Zongo electoral area, Hussein Mohammed. Now, the National Democratic Congress, NDC, in the Ewutu Senya East says it will convene a meeting to deliberate on the suspension of its constituency chairman. The Ewutu Senya East constituency chairman, Stephen Ofuswejare, has been suspended for 5 months by the Functional Executive Committee of the party. The constituency secretary, Michael Kessie Pabi, said the executives will meet by the end of week to determine their next steps.
Yeah, let me say that we've received the suspension letter after, I think, yesterday around 4:30 p.m. thereabout, and we are about convening a consensus executive meeting to deliberate on the way forward. For the constituency. As National has taken decisions, we would have to meet and weigh our options and see the way forward. The only way forward is for the committee to sit and then deliberate. We'll take guidelines from our regional executive committee, and then if we have to take some guidelines too from the national executive. The meeting will take place before this week comes to an end because of the abruptness of the entire process that was dropped on us. And as you know, we're already engaging in the reorganization exercises. We are about rounding up the branch elections so we can have our delegate list.
That was the Ewutu Senya East NDC Constituency Secretary Michael Kesse. Now, the Municipal Chief Executive for Sagnerigo Assembly, Abdullahi Imoro, has commended Citi FM and Channel One TV for organizing the Northern Business Fair. Speaking during a courtesy call by staff of Channel One TV, the MCE praised the management of Channel One TV for creating a platform to promote local enterprises and stimulate economic growth in the region. He also assured his participation in the two-day event and urged businesses in the municipality to take advantage of the fair.
Our local economy in Tamale here, when they come, they buy a lot of smoke and other related cultural products that enhance our economy and even the nation as a whole. The present vision is to enhance or to make the economy better, so that we will live in the country well. So if this fair comes, it has a lot of benefits that we get. Last year when we came, about 75 of them were from Sanargo. Okay. Yes. Okay. So Sanargo, we are doing very well.
Abdullahi Moro is the Municipal Chief Executive for Sagnerigo in the Northern region. Now, Samsung has unveiled the new Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra, describing its passport-shaped design as a major step in the evolution of foldable smartphones. Speaking to Citi News at the Galaxy Unpacked Viewing and Media Briefing in Accra, Corporate Marketing and Online Business Manager at Samsung Ghana, Tracy Che, explained that the new design was developed to bridge the gap between smaller flip phones and larger foldable devices, offering consumers the best of both worlds.
As we do every year, we're introducing the new foldable devices, but this year we have a new form factor which we're introducing to our foldable range. So now we would have the Galaxy Z Fold 8, Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra, and the Galaxy Z Flip 8. But the Galaxy Z Fold 8 today is a new form factor. It's shaped like a passport, and this is because we want consumers to have the best of both worlds. People have mentioned that the Flip is too small, the main fold is too big, and so now we have this sweet spot where we have this new foldable, and we believe that this new shape will become the industry standard when it comes to foldable devices.
Corporate Marketing and Online Business Manager at Samsung Ghana, Tracy Che. Meanwhile, Retail Manager at Samsung Ghana, Ishmael Leo Hassan, highlighted the device's AI-powered features. He added that pre-orders for the new foldable range have opened with prices ranging from 22,000 Ghana cedis to 30,000 Ghana cedis.
With the two devices, the Z Fold 8 Ultra comes with the 8-inch internal display, comes with the latest Snapdragon processor on the market now, And then, people might ask, so what does that mean? It means that you will get access to Google Intelligence, which is actually a feature no other device is getting aside the Z Fold 8 series. And then with this, it means you can automate 40 plus applications on your devices. And then, like I mentioned earlier on during the program, you can actually talk to your device to do stuff where before you manually do on yourself. So like maybe you receive a message, you can actually ask it to look for a specific contact and then send a specific message to the person or order a ride from your device. Aside that, too, with a new processor, battery performance has been enhanced.
That was the retail manager at Samsung Ghana, Ishmael Leo Al-Hassan. Ending today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which was live from our studio in Accra. Log on to citynewsroom.com for more stories. I am Ejubi Biafe Akintimili. Thanks for listening. Good afternoon.
Citi News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.
Looking for everything made in Ghana, all in one place? Then get ready. The This is Ghana exhibition 2026 is here. A bold celebration of Ghanaian creativity, innovation and excellence. From rich traditional crafts to modern cutting-edge solutions, experience the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Explore excellence across key sectors including automobile, agriculture, education, health, hospitality, fashion, technology, food and beverages, creative arts, beauty, retail, and more. This is the biggest Made in Ghana fair, bringing together SMEs, startups, manufacturers, local creatives, indigenous corporate bodies, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses all under one roof. Discover brands redefining quality, connect with industry leaders and innovators, experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherland's Children's Park. Call 0205 973 973 or 0558 973 973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining Made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana exhibition 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from Citi FM. This is Ghana exhibition 2026, celebrating Ghana, showcasing excellence.
Starts here at Lexus University College, a place where knowledge meets innovation and dreams become reality. Guided by integrity, excellence, inclusivity, and innovation, we prepare students to thrive in a rapidly changing world. Explore our accredited programs: nursing and midwifery, accounting and IT, banking and finance, marketing, human resource management, ICT, computer science, cybersecurity, applied insurance risk, and data analytics. Admissions are open now. Visit our campus at Tema, Comte 25, Peasby Junction, or apply online at www.delexusuniversity.edu.gh. Call us on 055 1198 100 or 055 1126 448. Lexus University College. Be knowledgeable and innovative in science and technology.
Accra, you already know how we do it. At Blackberry Lounge, we don't promise vibes, we deliver them every single weekend. Your Fridays are set at a disco house East Legon, and your Saturdays locked in a Spintex from 8 p.m. till late. It's the kind of live music experience you've come to trust and keep coming back for more. With powerhouse performances from Adaha Dance Band, Ancient Chim Band, Therapy Band, Rubber Band, Rama Black, Afro Band, plus other top bands that that keep the energy exactly where you like it. High life, Afrobeats, classic, real music, played live. So as the weekend gets closer, don't leave your plans to chance. Plan it right, plan it early, plan with us. Call your people, bring your friends, come with family, and share the experience that everyone's already talking about. For reservations, call or WhatsApp 0244-025-262 or 054-693-8788. Blackberry Lounge, the live band headquarters. Your weekend sorted.
City 97.3. Accra. City 97.3. More variety.
This is Brunch in the City. Your smooth companion at work.
Asa, oh, Miss the Raw, or Piece of me, Sakaya Jamwa, everybody tell you about Patiasia. Asa, Shawu to us, yes, the kind of the wood chant in the year. Asa, I was saying that fine. Chuma, it's your beyond secret. Asa, the crap put you to the party. Asa, Sakaya Jamwa, Sakaya Jamwa, Asa, I'm slow to that. Better this for him. Sakaya Jamwa, everybody tell you about Patiasia. Asa, the crap put you to the party. Power Sika Bebre. So when him Jessica, another rich. It was Cassell Bruno. Watch your fear for Pepanyamo blocks in your friends. Or play right your fear was I know what things. Holidays, we call on US and as a Swiss. Takum, or be a Jaguar any bands. Was the Kenny by my from I pay and your master. Your fear, your cast, your man in Ashi, and then your child can't chinago. Oh, Nana Pia Metro me. Asisa, Sakaya Jamwa, everybody tell you about Patiasia. Asisa, Shawu to us, yes, the kind of the wood chant in the year. Asisa, I was saying that fine. Chuma, it's your beyond secret. Asisa, the crap put you to the party. Asisa, Sakaya Jamwa, Sakaya Jamwa, Asisa, about it was slow to that. Better this for him. Asisa, Sakaya Jamwa, everybody tell you about Patiasia. Asisa, the crap put you to the party. Miss a man in free, me brains are made me who say, me baby, I see. No see any rapper, no brandy me, yes, me who, yeah, me. Papa now, I swear. Which we come to put in a back. Sabotage of running media. Sound Brian can't. My special the my busy. What I told the night go bad and be beautiful. May fossil, may holla, and yes, I may sound come and one you wait because go. Highly the support citizen he pick me. Young Gary Grammy, yes, you can put him a coffee in it. None of them Yami know you. Magic, fine guy, no take connection, boots, and Yami symptom in this way. Sakaya Jamwa, everybody tell you about Patiasia. Shawu to us, yes, the kind of the wood chant in the year. I was saying that fine. Chuma, it's your beyond secret. The crap put you to the party. Sakaya Jamwa, Sakaya Jamwa, about it was slow to that. Better this for him. Sakaya Jamwa, everybody tell you about Patiasia. The crap put you to the party. I paid your yes, Shania, or Sanana, what to say. What is a camera from a time? There must look at saying, the Casa Yawa, pass my attention, and Yama Wyatt and Tintin, say, okay, and Damias come, met you champagne. I will be back on a phone to my skin pain. I forgot in my breath, Minute, crown and meditate. Me from the power, the quite cheap, Sikatro. And now I'm about to say, I'm not trying with you. There be, I know yet, Miss Rock, we say, Ubetia, Minia, and Miss Rock, and then I'm I'll go through and the drama. Never go in your fire. It's a baby, I better to be here for you. Or Palachi said, Opina Abaso, and I got in a man was.